Good evening. For those of you who are on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, as well as the Leadership TKO website, welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. We're live right now on the podcast, and we are about to, when I say podcast, I'm talking about podcast platforms. We are about to actually strike it live via video live stream on Facebook, so stand by. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. Welcome to the show. Excited to be here before each and every one of you on tonight. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be able to connect with you guys once again. And so welcome. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, everybody, I'm going to check Indeed and make sure that we're good to go as far as our video and our audio, making sure that we are A-okay. So it looks like we are. And so listen, welcome everybody. This show goes live every single evening, normally somewhere between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we're closer to the 7 o'clock mark because we do have something amazing happening at 7:45 that I don't want my business partners to feel conflicted about because you want to be there, you want to be here. So therefore, we're going live at this time tonight, okay? So it is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday here in Chesapeake, Virginia, within the US of A, where I'm going live. And so it's September the 23rd. And we do have people all around the world that tunes into this particular show. And so when I say all around the world, I'm talking about the Netherlands, I'm talking about Russia, I'm talking about Italy and France and many other places around the world. And so again, for all of you outside of the United States, thank you so much for plugging into the show, for listening. And it just lets me know that you're receiving some level of value from the information that's being shared on a nightly basis. So again, thank you so much for tuning in on tonight. And so the purpose of this show is really to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win. That's right. We're talking about winning. We're going to help you to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So listen, welcome to the show, everyone, men and women alike, seasoned millennials. Thank you so much for every one of you guys that's tuning into this particular night show. Once again, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to sow these nuggets of value into your lives. And there are several ways to participate with this show. I do want to let you know, just in case we do have anyone that's newly listening in, maybe this is your first or second time that's tuning into the show. Listen, you can like or love the stream. You know, at right now you can do it, especially if you know you want to grow yourself as a leader. You want to enhance your influence because we know that at the very foundation of all that we do, leadership is there. And Dr. John Maxwell, he says that leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. It's influence. That's what leadership is. And so if you're trying to grow your influence, this is the show you want to be plugged into on a nightly basis. And so listen, also you can comment below along the way. So if there's something that resonates with you, feel free to leave your thoughts below and interact with the others who are also plugging in. And then lastly, share this out onto your timeline, do a watch party. Let's get more and more people involved because again, we're all on the journey together. You know, some are moving faster than others. Some are moving into different other industries. But I encourage you, okay, I encourage you to help others to grow. And you can simply do that by sharing this stream out. And so I definitely want to practice what I preach, okay? And so first and foremost, I'm going to share this amongst a couple of business partners, close business partners of mine. So I'm going to share it there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and share it onto my official fan page right here on Facebook. So I'm going to share it there as well. And of course, there are a few groups that I'm highly active in. And I like to really sow value into the lives of women and a few good men on social media. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to share it. And it may be about 2 groups, okay? 2 groups. I think that'll work. Okay, perfect. So I shared it there as well. So again, thank you so very much. It's an honor to be before each and every one of you on tonight. And so many of you know at the very beginning of the show, what do? I normally share some content that's going to serve as an appetizer. I like to give you an appetizer before I give you the main meal. Sort of like when you're going out to a nice restaurant and you're about to just kind of dig in, right? And so I just want you to think about it in terms of that. And so think about your appetizer. I'm going to give you an appetizer that is leadership content. Now, I normally share something from my mentors like Mr. Ty Best or Dr. John Maxwell, but I'm continuing in on this particular book right here. And if you don't have a copy of this book, what else can I tell you? Okay. And so you can learn more about the Leadership TKO brand and really what it is that how do we get motivated to come up with this brand? And how can you establish a winning mindset and truly win in life and in business? You want to make sure you grab a copy of this book. And so you can visit the website at your convenience, and that's www.leadershiptko.com. That's where you can go to, leadershiptko.com. That's simply it. Okay. And so tonight I'm going to be talking about something very important when it comes to leadership, whether you're in the corporate space or you're a stay-at-home mom or you're an entrepreneur in the traditional sense, or perhaps you have a home-based business. There is something that is very important that we need to take note of in order to truly win. We must plan strategically, and that's what leaders do, specifically winning leaders. We as leaders, we have to plan, and not just plan any old type of way. We have to be strategic about the way that we plan, and we need to do this in order to truly achieve our goals. We have to do this. And so there's a couple of points that I've noted in this chapter number 6 of this book, that's really going to help you to really conquer that big tough P word, which is procrastination. Yes, when you're planning, when you have big goals and big dreams for you leaders out there, I'm telling you, it's real easy to allow procrastination to win. And that's like a huge monster in the face of really seeking to go out there and accomplish your goals. Procrastination. And of course, I'm gonna have a transparent moment. There are times where you wait to the last minute. You have to get it done. It's like, man, do I really have to do this? Okay, do I really have to engage in this task? And you just put it off. And then next thing you know, the deadline is right there. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go get it done. Right? And so we have to be better. We have to get better. There are certain things, in order for us to get to our due season, we have to get things done and get it done promptly, get it done. And a part of being strategic is being able to accomplish things at the right time, getting those things done that needs to be done ASAP. And so I mentioned a couple of strategies in this particular chapter that I'm really going to talk to you about a bit in detail. And so one point that I did highlight was really, just understanding your values and really diving into personal values development, developing your values to become even stronger. Okay, what do you truly hold true to your heart? Like, it's something that's extremely important to you that goes back to your why. Because listen, if your why is not strong enough, you will put things off for a week, another month, another 2 months, and next thing you know, it's done. For example, let me give you an example. Some people value being in great health. Now, if you truly value being in good health, what are you eating? How are you monitoring what you're eating? Also, how often are you being active? I'm not saying you have to be outside in nature or at somebody's gym for 2 hours, but what are we doing so that we can ensure that we're staying in good health? There are plenty of videos on YouTube. Okay. And I'm quite sure there's a lot of people, trainers, nutrition individuals on social media who's offering support. So what are you willing to do to get the support that you need to accomplish your goals? Okay. Develop those values that it can't be changed. It can't be moved. It can't be adjusted. It is what it is. So develop those values. Now, another point that I mentioned is make health and high energy levels a priority. Health and high energy levels. There's nothing worse than waking up and kind of feeling like you're dragging dead weight. Right? It's like you're pulling yourself out of the bed. You're forcing yourself to get things done. It's like, right? you're forcing yourself to do things that, just to kind of do day-to-day things. So you have to get your energy up. What are some things that you can do? Now, I am not a nutritionist. I know that there are certain things that you could do. There's certain supplements that you can intake, but you want to check with your doctor to find out what's best for you. I know for myself, there are certain things that I like to do first thing in the morning. For example, I have me a big glass of mint and lemon water. Big glass. We're talking about, let me see, maybe about that high. Yeah, there we go. Making sure I'm lining it up right. So, and of course the bottle is kind of, about the yay wide or something like that. So I'm having a glass of mint lemon water to kind of get the system going, right? And then I normally have some, you all have probably seen it online. Either it is a sea moss smoothie, or I would have a turmeric tea latte. Okay, I know you're probably like, what? A turmeric tea latte, it does some amazing wonders. It cleanses, your liver, all types of things. It just does wonders for your body, especially first thing in the morning. These are just some things that I specifically do. Now, I'm not saying follow my regimen, but if you can do some type of exercise first thing in the morning, if you can follow what some people call those millionaire morning, what is it called? Oh, goodness. It's Savers. Many of you are familiar with that. This is a routine that millionaires engage in, which includes exercise, amongst some other things that you really should do first thing in the morning to jumpstart your day. Okay? So just keep these things in mind. And the exercise first thing in the morning does not have to be extensive. It can be 5 to 7 minutes, but just something that will get you going. Okay? That will boost up that energy for you. Another point that I make that's really going to help you when it comes to overcoming procrastination is to visualize your life without procrastination. Like, just take a moment, close your eyes, right? I'm doing it right now. Close your eyes and think about life without procrastination, as if, you're getting everything done that you want to get done. Everything that you wished to have accomplished, you're able to get it done. Like without a drop of a hat, no delay. And for all of my fellow networkers out there, you know the power of this. Like being able to just pick up the phone and be like, hey, like being able to prospect without delay or interference, just getting it done, that will bring many, many networkers light years ahead. Okay? And so visualize it. Visualization is so powerful. Okay? It's like, for those of you who have a desire to get a specific vehicle, right? I'm just giving an example. Visualize how that thing feels like when you about to step into it. When you open the door, do you open the door like this? Or is it the traditional way to open the door? You step into the seat of the vehicle and it feel like you about to slide down. That's how smooth the seat is. And it's just that smell of that new car smell when you first get in, right? Oh my goodness. And then when you first step on the gas to even push, will it jolt you back because of the horsepower? Or is there some other factor? Okay? Whatever it may be for you, but visualize it. Life without procrastination. Getting things done. Whew. I tell you, that's another point that I mentioned in this chapter. And here's the other point. Okay? Set personal and professional goals. Personal professional goals. Now we know that's sort of like it should be an obvious point, right? To be able to set personal and professional goals, but some people don't write them down. And so when you don't write down the goals you wish to accomplish, it's just a wish. It's like how I wish like wishing upon a star, so to speak, okay? And so it's not something that's tangible, something that's likely to be accomplished or fulfilled. And so you want to write down those things that you want to see happen for yourself. Here's another point. Very important. I'm just going to skip down to the final one that I have here. And there are many others, by the way, in the book. But just get started. You know how many people, man, they're like, okay, I got to get this done, got to get that done, got to get this done. Boo. Whoa. Okay, so when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? This is too much. You're thinking it. You're thinking too much. You're going to think your way out of even getting started. Like, when are we going to do this? Okay? And so, again, plan a date. If you're trying to release something new, Get a date in mind, lock it in on the calendar, boom. Don't change it unless it's a life, threatening situation. Do not change it. Stick to it. Stick to it. Okay. But these are just some things you want to keep in mind, because winning leaders, we get things done. We don't let procrastination stop us from accomplishing our goals. And we have to be strategic with our plans. Okay. Making sure it makes sense, making sure our goals are in alignment with our vision and the things that we want to accomplish. Every single task in your day, is it in alignment with your ultimate vision for your life? And there are different subdivisions of your vision, because it may include health, social life, your finances, whatever it may be, all of these different elements, okay? Extremely important. So make sure that the daily tasks that you engage in, right, and your plans are in alignment with what it is that you ultimately want to achieve in your life. Boom. Now that is your appetizer. Okay? That is your appetizer. Did you enjoy some of those nuggets that I shared with you? I think the big P, procrastination, it really impacts everyone. And if we can get a better hold, notice I said we, because I'm not excluded. That includes me. That includes me doing better with certain things that I can work on. Now, I have a lot that I do, right? I know some people say, well, how much more can you really add to your schedule? But the truth of the matter is, it's all about priority, making sure I'm doing the right things and spending time on those right things, okay? So that was the appetizer, guys. I'm going and I'm heading into the main meal now. And many of you know that I've really been focusing in the last couple of days on this baby right here. If you have not read The Business of the 21st Century, you need to grab a copy of this book. I have the audio book. I got the physical book. Like, this book is just top notch for me. I consider it one of the most important books that a networker should really read and digest. I really do. In addition to other books like Go Pro, right? This book right here is very, very important to have a part of your library. And there are a few points that I am going to highlight again from this particular book, because the business of the 21st century he's talking about is the model of business called network marketing. Okay, network marketing. He says, he makes this point, and it's in bold print in chapter number 10. Now, chapter number 10, for those of you, of course, who haven't read the book, okay, it really focuses in on the second asset found within the network marketing profession. We already said the first asset is that network marketing gives you real world business education. Real world. Okay, we're not talking about the traditional sense of having a business and that brick and mortar. We're talking about real world stuff here. You learn, and it's because you're doing a whole lot of internal work, which is leading me to the second asset. Okay, the second asset that network marketing provides, and that is this. I like the way he titles this chapter. He says, a profitable path of personal development. Many of you know it as, some people say, well, it's a journey of personal development with a compensation plan attached to it. Because that's really what it is. You're going on a journey. Yes, you're going to a destination, right? And we know you all may have different goals being a part of this industry called network marketing. But what's most important, and this is what I've learned too, is the journey, is the growth. You're going to grow. If you stick and stay, you will grow. Like, you will see a measurable difference between when you first came in the industry. I was brand spanking green new. I was, man, talk about millennial, okay? I was really, really new. Really new. I mean, I'm talking about budding into the, this space of being an adult type of new. But I've learned a lot. It's helped me to grow by leaps and by bounds. Okay. And I know I shared quite a few of my experiences, but I like the way he titled this chapter, a profitable path of personal development, because he talks about how there's a winner in you, but there's also a loser in you. I know some people are like, I don't want to focus on losing. Listen, it is what it is. Okay. And there is what some people call that green goblin. You see, it's when you get those voices in your head and you're thinking like, that voice that says, you might as well quit. Oh, you might as well not do this. Oh, no, nobody's going to want to join you. right? You get those type of thoughts into your mind. It doesn't mean accept those thoughts as yours. There's a decision that you need to make. Are you going to accept those as truth in your life? Or are you going to just kick those bad boys out? Like, give them the boot. Like, you got to go. Okay? Give them an eviction. Like, you can't find a home here in this brain. You just got to go. Okay? No room. I'm not opening the door. Don't even open the door. Okay? Now, here are a couple of things that he actually takes note of in this chapter. I just have to read it to you. He says this: every time we let our fears and our doubts or our low self-esteem win, the loser emerges and holds sway. He says, learning to share your vision and tell a powerful, persuasive story is learning how to override the loser in you and allowing the winner to rise to the surface. He says, learning how to tell a powerful story is learning how to show up as the winner you are. Tell your story. Tell your story. I tell my story all the time. It may not be the most perfect story. Yeah, I talk about how I experienced foreclosure and repossession and all these different things. Was it easy? No. Was it worth it because maybe it's empowering someone who may be going through the same thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I didn't, of course, endure these things with my husband just to have my own personal story. It's really to help someone else, to encourage someone else who may be going through those tough moments and may be experiencing it right now. Our mess is not for us. I hope you got that. If you think that your mess was for you, keep going on the journey. Keep going on the journey. The mess that you had to endure was for somebody else. You might not have met that person or those individuals yet, but the mess that you overcame is for somebody else's victory. Oh, let me continue. Most people don't have the ability to keep going, to handle disappointment, and never lose sight of the vision of where they're going. They simply haven't been trained in that skill, but that's critically important, he says. That's the real skill of someone who has mastered the B quadrant, also known as business owners, right? He says that is thinking like an entrepreneur, and that's the single most important attribute you can learn from building your own network marketing business. And I like what he has in bold print right here. I'm about to read it to you. He says this: network marketing gives you the opportunity to face your fears, now, of course, deal with them, overcome them, and bring out that winner that's living inside of you. That's the most important point, I believe, that he's trying to drive home within this particular chapter. It's going to bring out the winner in you. And I love the way that he said it. It will. It's not for the weak. For those who come in expecting to treat it like a lottery type of thing, where you get in, it's like overnight, bam, you're an overnight success. No, you might as well do an about face, right? And head into another space, another industry, because it's not for the weak. That's why you have, for those of you who are network marketers out there, you get people who come in and then they exit quick. You don't even know what happened to them, right? Because there's a couple of reasons, okay? Somebody might have told them no. The people closest to them didn't get on board. It's not expected that the people closest to you, the people that are actually running with me now, I did not meet them before, of course, plugging into what I have, an e-commerce system that I'm plugged into. I didn't know them before this, okay? And so they're not necessarily blood related, right? They're not necessarily blood related, but they're running, and they're running hard, okay? They're running hard. So please understand me. It's not for the weak, and it also will reveal the weak. This industry will reveal those who have tough skin and those who are willing to develop tough skin. Those who are willing to posture up, those who are willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish their dream. And I love my mentor for this, Mr. Ty Best. I mean, he instructs us to dream and dream big and not let anyone steal our dreams. And I won't. I won't. And I want to encourage you not to as well. Don't let anyone or any situation, no environmental situation like the pandemic or what have you, steal your dream. Because God gave it to you. If He gave it to you, that means you can accomplish it. You need to get it done for a reason. And so the network marketing industry is helping people to accomplish one main goal for many people, and that is freedom. Freedom. We're talking about not feeling like you have to go and exchange hours of your life for dollars. It's enabling people to be home with their children and enjoy these precious years of living. There are people exiting so fast who, I mean, they may never accomplish their main purpose. We never know. But they're exiting early. There's no age to when you're going to be, no age given, that we know about, where you're going to be exiting. We don't know that. And so we have to live the life we have to our very best, the best of our being that we can. Some people call it living life to the fullest. I've chosen, I'm going to live each day to the best of my ability. And I'm going to love every person, whether they love me or like me or not, right? I am determined to love you. Period. Right? So you just have to deal with it. Okay? Deal with it. You stuck. That's right. And if you don't want to be stuck, I mean, you can disconnect. But whether you disconnect or you here, I'm still going to love you. Right? That's just the way that it is. That's the way that it is. Now, of course, you might have your inner circle, those people who are most closest to you. Yes. Okay. And that's what I love about this industry too. Like, for example, I'm a part of a wealth building family. Around this time of the year, we would normally be coming together face to face in Atlanta for what we call Let's Go Weekend. But because of the pandemic, right, I'm feeling a little bit of withdrawal-ish. That's not even a word. A little bit of withdrawal because I am supposed to be in Atlanta right now, giving big old grand hugs to the point of knocking people down because I haven't seen them in so long. And we are here and we have to do the event virtually, right? We have to do it online virtually. We're going to make the best of it, but I can only imagine how things will be when we do come together after all of this settles. It's because of this network marketing industry that I've developed a family. All of you who are wealth builders out there, we are family in the sense that we have the same goal of freedom and helping others to accomplish freedom as well. And so I'm grateful to travel the journey with you. And if you're not in this industry, I encourage you to take a close look at it. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a whole book about it. His career was jump-started off of this industry of network marketing. And so there's something to it. There are many people who are doing extremely well when it comes to building, having cash flow and building wealth, all because of this industry. And so there are many things, many types of specific fields, right? Or I should say categories, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's jewelry or fashion, and then of course there's the general business and wealth sector. And so that's where I find myself with my fellow wealth builders out there. We have we're connected to an e-commerce company. And what we do is we offer courses that focuses in on personal development. We have, of course, cryptocurrency, okay, digitized gold, so that when you're exchanging cash for what we have, which is life cards, we're positioning ourselves to get a hold of something amazing called the V999 token, right? That's going to be able to pay us and our children for life. And it's an amazing thing. And we're sharing this out with the world because we don't want to keep it to ourselves where it's just us profiting and benefiting from it. We want to help you all to win as well. Some people are so fearful about this space of network marketing because they don't know much about it. And when you're not educated about it, you make assumptions. And those assumptions will cost you, it can cost you your life. because you're giving your life away on a job. And so we encourage you, like if you're looking for a better way and you're watching this night show episode or listening to it, you're trying to find a better way. You're like, man, I got to do something different. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's best that you ask. But if you're comfortable with where you are and perhaps with the limitation of whatever pay you're getting hourly or annually, whatever it may be, I have no clue. Okay? If you're comfortable where you are, stay where you are. But if you know that there's something better, okay, ask. It's free to plug in, free to get information. Nothing is mandatory. You do what it is you want to do when you want to do it as you plug in. And there's training and mentorship. Okay? So listen, I appreciate each and every one of you as you tuned in tonight to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. And so we went early a bit because at 7:45, we're having what we call the huddle. And that's something whereby many of our wealth building family, we come together on Zoom and we engage in personal development as well as team building strategies. And so listen, if you want to be a part, maybe you want to figure out what is it that we do. Okay, you can join us for the huddle, but we do have a presentation that's going to happen tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you are invited. All you would need to simply do is inbox me or the person that shared this with you. Will give you information. The website address is really easy to remember, but there is a password you will need. It's goldrocks.info. That is the website address. It's Zoom connected, but you will need the password. So inbox us, we'll give you the password. You can join us on the platform so you can view a presentation at 9 to learn about what we do. And that's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So listen, I thank you so very much. I appreciate your time on tonight. And so we'll be back tomorrow night. And when we come back tomorrow night, it will be around the same time. So about 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because tomorrow we're going to have a 5 and 5 training by Mr. Al Murray. And so we're going to have to start early tomorrow night as well. So I appreciate your time. I thank you so very much. And until the next time that you and I come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.